Welcome to Herbal Product Technology and Regulatory Science, Unit 12, Part 4. Last time we have seen licensing provision overview. Today we will go in detail about the technical qualification and requirements and infrastructure and factory outlet requirements. Factory premises space requirement. The manufacturing unit must have adequate and clearly demarcated space for various activities to avoid congestion and cross contamination. Separate areas must be provided for receiving and storing raw materials and finished product to ensure systematic handling and inspections. Manufacturing processes areas should be sufficiently spacious to accommodate machinery and workers to consider their safety. A dedicated quality control section is mandatory for testing and verification of materials and products. Finished goods stores must be separate and well organized to maintain product integrity. Additional spaces such as office and rejected good or drug store are required to ensure proper administrative control and segregation of non-conforming materials. The workers' welfare facility such as a dining facility or a canteen facility should be available in the premises. Location and surroundings of factory. The factory location should be chosen carefully to prevent contamination from external sources. That means the factory location should be in such a way that it should be devoid of any common contaminants, something like dust particle or smoke. It must be away from open drainage system, public lavatories and stagnant water resources. The surrounding should not include factories emitting obnoxious odors, smoke, dust or fumes. The environment must be clean and conducive to hygienic manufacturing operations. Proper planning of surrounding reduces the risk of airborne contamination. A suitable location supports compliance with GMP and protects public health. Building design and construction. The factory building must permit hygienic manufacturing conditions at all stages of production. Building should be free from cobwebs, insect, rodent and other sources of contamination. Adequate natural or artificial lighting must be provided for safe and accurate operations. Proper ventilation is essential to maintain air quality and workers' comforts. Floor and wall should be dry, non-damp and moisture free. Moisture can be one of the major problems in herbal industry. Due to the moisture, many of the herbs get deteriorated as well as they are prone to fungal and microbial growth. That is why the raw material which is stored in the rooms, those rooms walls and their fixtures supposed to be devoid of moisture. Construction must be comply with provision of the Factory Act. Compatibility and working space. As shown in image, the premises should be compatible with other manufacturing activities carried out nearby. A sufficient and adequate working space must be available for orderly placement of equipment and materials. Logical arrangement help prevent mix-up between different drugs or components. Proper spacing reduces the risk of cross-contamination. Manufacturing and control steps must not be omitted due to space constraint, and well-planned layout improve operational efficiency and safety. Interior surface and pest control. As I mentioned, moisture can lead to a fungal growth. Moisture also attract a pest. due to which the many pests and rodent can come inside the premises, because the herbs which are stored can be act as a food for pests and rodents. The building must be designed to prevent entry of insect and rodent. Interior surfaces such as walls, floors and ceilings should be smooth and crack free. Surfaces must allow easy cleaning and disinfections. Manufacturing room walls should be impervious and washable. Flooring should be smooth, even and dust free. Many premises will have a carpet which will uniformly maintain on the floor, so that there will be no gaps in the floor. Proper maintenance prevent accumulation of waste and contamination. Drainage, electrical and sanitary system. Manufacturing areas must have a proper drainage system. A drainage system many times is a source of contamination in the factory. It can contaminate water tanks, and through that it can contaminate the product. Drainage should prevent water stagnation and microbial growth. Sanitary fittings must be hygienic and well maintained. Electrical fixtures should be safe and suitable for industrial use. Electrical fixtures can be lead to a dangerous instances like a fire, due to which the safety of worker will be in a question. Therefore, wherever there is a electrical fixture, they need to be safeguarded with a proper covering or compartment. Proper installation reduce accident risk and contamination hazards. Compliance with safety norms is mandatory while fixing the electrical fixtures and other devices. Furnace or bhatti section requirement. Many of the Ayurvedic and Siddha preparations need a burning of the elements that require a temperature from 1000 to 2000 degrees Celsius. This can be only achievable if furnace is available inside the premises. Electric furnace or wood furnace is mandatory in such premises where bhasmas are prepared. Furnaces or bhatti areas must be covered with a tin roofing. Adequate ventilation must be provided to disperse heat and fumes. Special care should be taken to prevent entry of flies and dust. They can carry the soot and fumes particle along with them, and they can contaminate easily manufacturing areas. Fire resistant construction is recommended. Cleanliness of bhatti areas is essential for product safety. Proper supervision ensures controlled operations inside the premises. Fire safety and emergency exist. Fire safety measures must be implemented throughout the factory, because the herbal drugs as a raw material are procured along with their wastageable parts like a dried stem or dried aerial part, which can be combustible. That is why the fire safety is mandatory inside the herbal drug industry. Even in some cases, the alcohol and combustible solvents are used for the extraction. That is why the solvent need to be preserved and safeguarded inside the cupboard, which is fireproof. Fire extinguishers and alarms should be installed at strategic locations. Locations like stairways and the canteen and other refreshment areas, lavatories, etc. Emergency exits must be clearly marked and unobstructed. Workers should be trained in fire safety procedures. Workers given a mock drill to avoid accidents during the fire outrage. Regular inspection of fire equipment is essential Safety, preparedness minimize loss of life and property. Drying space requirement. Sometimes the raw material are procured in a fresh form and are dried inside the premises. In such cases, a open or closed drying shade area is needed. A separate drying spaces must be provided for the raw materials and medicines. Manufacturer can use trays or marked areas for drying raw material and other products. Drying areas should be protected from flies, insect and dust. Proper flooring and wire mesh windows are recommended. Glass panes or other protective materials may be used. Controlled drying ensures product stability and quality. Hygiene in drying areas prevent contaminations. Water supply standards. Water used in manufacturing must be pure and potable. A potable water supply should be separate than the water used for the production. Water used for the production is of a different category like RO water, deionized water, demineralized water, etc. Adequate water supply must be available for all operations. Water should be suitable for washing equipment and premises and other cleaning activities. Regular testing ensures water quality compliance. Safe water prevents microbial contamination as well as maintain the hygiene of the worker. Proper storage and distribution systems are necessary for the water supply. Disposal of waste. In herbal drug industry, different types of waste is produced during the procedure. When the raw material procured, the vestigial parts of the raw material can be considered as a waste, and at the end of the production, the water which is used for the processing also can be considered as a waste. All these waste need to be segregated as per the rules of GMP. Waste water and residues must be disposed of safely. Waste disposal should be follow pollution control authority guidelines like wet waste, dry waste and biological waste should be segregated separately. Harmful residues must be treated before disposal. Proper waste management protects workers and public health. Environmental compliance is mandatory while maintaining the waste. Records of waste disposal should be maintained. For example, water which is disposed in the drainage system should be qualified as per the limits of BOD and COD, that is a biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand. Cleaning of containers and equipments. Separate arrangement must be exist for cleaning containers and equipment. Washing, cleaning and drying areas should be isolated. Containers include bottles, jars and vials, where equipment and instrument includes the big vessels, sometimes mixers and blenders as well. Clean containers prevent contamination of medicine. Sometimes the color products need to be prepared in the premises followed by a colorless product. In such cases, the proper cleaning need to be performed. For that, cleaning validation procedure is required, which can give you an optimum procedure to remove all the colored material from the instruments and equipments. Proper drying avoids microbial growth and SOPs should be govern cleaning operations. These SOPs need to be available in English as well as vernacular language which can be understood by the operators or workers. Store's general requirement. Store must be well ventilated and free from dampness. Independent storage areas should be provided for raw material, intermediate, finished material and finished goods. Raw material, packaging material and finished goods must be segregated properly. Proper storage maintains quality and prevents damage. Cleanliness of stores is essential. An organized store ensures traceability of the different material. With this, we have covered the general infrastructure requirement of the factory premises. In next lecture, we will see the specific requirements for factory and infrastructure. Thank you.